G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Pierre and this is Simple Home Brew. I'm here to present something to you. I actually had someone reach out to me, Ben from Adelaide. He has this brew channel called Shutting Down the Town Home Brew. Just started, it's a new one, and I'm hoping that you guys can get on board and give him a bit of a let's show you how it's done, or let him know that you're watching his channel. Just support him a little bit because he's kindly sent a mail to me to ask me to showcase his brewery, which is what I want to do, share everyone's breweries to you all. Now he has a similar shed to mine, and he's setting it up as a bar, and he's also got a nice little brewery. I think it's in his garage. It looks like it's in his garage or a back room or side room or something like that, but it looks pretty good, and he's obviously been at it for quite some time. But before we do that, I've got a beer to show you. About 3 months ago, I made an all-grain stout. It's called Uncle Toby's Oatmeal Stout. It's a Beer Co recipe. And but it smells, when I was cooking it, it smelled awesome. It just smelled like chocolate, coffee. I had all kinds of, it was unreal. It was just beautiful. And just standing here, it smelled like a chocolate factory. It was unreal how good it smelled in here. But, pardon me, I've been aging it for quite some time. I think it's been longer than 3 months actually. I did it when it was warm. We had really warm weather at the time, midsummer. So we're looking at 4 months ago, I reckon. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'll pop it here how long it's been. What it is, I ended up with 1.56 gravity, original gravity, and it fermented down and stopped at 1.16 or 1.5. And the problem with that, the reason why I think it did it is because of the temperature they have you mashing it out as. It's fairly high, and which to me means that it will extract a lot of sugars that are unfermentable. And that's what I found out. So basically, after doing that, it finished fermenting, and I could not get it to ferment down any further. Now I think it's 1.17 actually. 1.017, which is pretty high. It's pretty sweet. And then I had to add some extra bits like vanilla beans, cinnamon sticks, and Canadian maple syrup. So that went in, and to be honest, it smells great. It smells coffee. I can smell real strong coffee, which it shouldn't be because there's no coffee in here. I can smell chocolate, which is what you want to smell, isn't it? Hey, sorry, I got a bit of a cold. What are you going to do? Hasn't affected my sense of smell though. I can smell vanilla, very strong smell of vanilla, and I put in East Kent Goldings, about 60 grams, I think. Yeah, of East Kent Goldings at 60 minutes, which is, I thought, oh, that's going to be pretty bitter. So, and it turns out, it's bitter. It's not overly bitter. It's kind of smoothish. Oh, I can't remember. Sitting it down here, sorry, I had a little bit overcarbonated. Sitting it down here and just letting it rest has fixed up the carbonation problem. It's not overcarbonated now. It's really sweet. So naturally, it's going to be a bit sweeter. I thought that putting the maple syrup in would help ferment it down a bit more, but it didn't really change it. It's got a fairly sharp, tangy taste. I think if I leave it for 6 months and not touch it, it'll really soften up and smooth out. And that's what I think I'll do, leave it in the keg and just let it sit in the fridge for another 6 months and see how good it tastes then. But as a beer, from Beer Co.'s oatmeal recipe, it's fairly nice. So I reckon it's going to be a really good beer coming up. I did say I was going to do a tasting, but I didn't think I'd do it in the middle of a showing for Ben's brewery. But Ben has a 4-minute video that he made for us, and check it out.
I'm just going to give you a tour of my homebrew setup in my shed, and then talk a bit about the bar. Hey guys, starting from the start here, this is an old fridge that I'm going to put hops and yeast in when I clean it out. I'm not using it at the moment. This is my grandfather mill, which I find works really well. This bucket's big enough to hold all the 1 brew's worth of grist. I'm going to eventually get a bigger container up here so I can fit more malt in it at a time. Couple drills that I use for whirlpooling. Got my scale here, which works quite well, and my hot liquor tank, which I find only just holds enough for 1 brew's worth of sparging, but That's adequate. It's an old chest freezer that I use as a malt storage. So I've got like pale malt and a couple other malts there, and wheat and Munich malt. This is the my brewing area, which all said and done, it's a shed. But I've got my grandfather on a stainless steel bench and I can wheel it out to where I need it. Got my fermenter here and Glycol chiller. My fermenter I keep on this crate for now just to make it easier for sampling. So I find these legs are too short, so if you want to get a sample, you put it under there and you can reach the tap with your sample container. But I might look at doing something else. I've got a pH probe here with a couple different buffers. My sink with my wet chiller for my grandfather. I've got some consumables here, all storage here, like for tubing, ball lock spares and geotight stuff, and some tools. It's a bit of a mess, but I'm still organizing it a bit. My water addition area with my gypsum and calcium chloride and things like that. And at the back is my sanitizers and brewery cleaners and stuff like that. And yeah, this area for my spare kegs and bottles and some other equipment. So yeah, so that's it there. It's a pretty small area. And then I've just put a hook up here for my wet paddles and whirlpool paddle, sorry, and some tubing that I hang up to let dry. And I have a cedar shed here from Stilla that I put together. This is what I use for my bar. Still a work in progress, but yeah, this is where I'm enjoying the finished product. That's my bar. There we go. And I've got one kegerator with 2 taps on. I'm going to eventually get another kegerator there. That's an esky I used that I've put 2 taps on for my mini kegs when I get taken camping. It works well, so I've got a video out for that. I have to try it with beer. I haven't tried it yet. But yeah, if you're interested, I have a video on that. Yeah, so this is where I'm going to enjoy my final product, my home brews. Probably put some shelving up here with glasses eventually. Yeah, still organising stuff in here.
So I'd like to thank Ben for taking the time to make this and put it out and let us know what it's about. Please check him out. He's an upcoming YouTuber. Probably needs a bit of help with some of the audio and a bit of the videoing that he's doing, but I started the same way, and that's how it works. See, when I did my videoing, when I started videoing, I was an amateur just like everyone else, and I still am. I have no help with anything, and neither does he, and we all need help to get started, and I reckon we should support him a little bit. So I reckon that's a cool little workshop. I think that's a hobby up and coming. I think he's going to be spending a lot of money, and which we do in this hobby. And one of the reasons why I'm doing videos like this is to showcase other people's breweries and showcase my brewery, and hopefully you guys can see what I do and see if you can get any hints and tricks from it. And I'm hoping that you guys can share your experiences with everybody else out here and give them a heap of hints and tricks on brewing too, just by commenting on these videos. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much to the patrons for looking after the channel that I've got. You guys are awesome. You help me improve my brewing abilities and skills. And every day, every week, I do a bit brew. I have a different method that I learn from you guys. Thank you very much. Everybody else, thank you for watching this video till the end. Really appreciate it. And we will see you in the next video. Cheers.